Alright guys, I'm back with day 3 of my training vlog, and basically what I got going on today is snatches, overhead squat, and then finally a metcon for the day, like EMOM work, which is basically just gonna help me build endurance through like hard intensity. Should go really well. I do not normally train on Thursdays, but I'm heading home on Friday, so I gotta make sure I get it all in before that time, because I probably won't have as much time as I would like to during the weekend. So make sure I fuel up to make sure I'm be okay for this, because the training 5 days a week is not always recommended in a row, because it's nice to have a little rest, especially doing high intensity. But let's get into it and see how it goes.
So starting off with our snatches today, I had to do 1 power snatch plus a hang power snatch. Big thing I want to focus on this is pushing that bar through my head and basically trying to punch it above me, because I usually struggle with that and makes it catch very awkwardly. This time around, I feel like it went a lot better. I started around 155, then after that I moved up 5 pounds, and then 10 pounds, and then 5 pounds after that. Each rep felt pretty solid, was happy with how it's moving. Then I got to about, I believe, 180, and something didn't go exactly like I was planning. So let's show. Went good for the first one, then when we did the second one, just didn't catch well in that bottom position and made me fail. Tried it again though, and this time went a lot better. This is always the weight that makes me feel a little bit more confident depending on how it goes. So if it goes well, I think I can do better. If it goes bad, it makes me a little nervous for the weights moving on. So went to 190 after that. Felt pretty solid, happy with it. Then went to 195. First round felt really good. Then the next one, I just did not commit too well to the bottom and then failed. Catching a little forward did not go well. Tried it one more time. Did not go at all. Now moving on to the next part, we got our good old overhead squats. I started at 215 for this, and I was doing 2 reps for each set. First one felt really good. Biggest thing that I struggled with is just having a very smooth transition from that squat all the way to the top without like shaking back and forth. Built all the way up to, I believe, about 245, which was a pretty solid rep for me because my 1 rep max is 255. So basically really happy with how today went and very excited to see how it goes for next time overall. You'll see my final set right here. As you see, strong, controlled, really trying to keep that core tight as I go through. And then right after this last set, I give you a little fun noise at the end. Moving on to the gymnastic portion of today's training, it was some strict handstand push-ups. For me, these used to be the absolute worst movement in CrossFit, probably. I was at best able to do 1 on a great day, but now I'm slowly transitioning to getting these consistent reps overall, and it's making me feel very excited. I did 6 sets of 5 for this one today and was happy with how they all went. So let's finish this along. Even though I am getting better at the move, you can definitely tell that I had to lock in at the last few reps just because I was getting really fatigued and wasn't sure if I could get all the way back up. Moving on to our metcon today, it was an EMOM style training. So basically for that first minute, I did 15 cows on the row. Then after that, I did 13 reps of that box jump, making sure you always stand up at the top position and stepping down for health. Then after that, I do 3 to 5 reps of a muscle up, which for the first round, I did only 3 reps, which were honestly looking pretty good, but could have done more. Then for the remaining of that minute, I had to do 50 feet lunges. For that, it was quite killer, because if anyone knows, weighted lunges are never that fun, especially when you're fatigued and they are at the end of your last part of that. Luckily for that 4th minute though, I got a rest. Starting up that second round, getting a little bit stronger on that row. The pulls that I try to do were around 1,400-ish, give or take. Then going back to the box jumps, quick appreciation for those abs. Look at them things, come on now. Going back into it, pushing hard, trying to keep a good, solid pace throughout it, but doesn't always get the best when you are fatigued, but happy with how my body was moving. Then for the second set, I made sure I did 5 muscle-ups because I was feeling very solid with them. Making sure I'm not crashing into the bar with my chest and just going through the motion very well. Then finally to finish it off with them lunges. Big thing you want to focus on for this is obviously make sure your knee touches, but keeping your core and chest as upright as you can. Makes it way better on you and puts a lot less pressure when you lean forward, because it makes it way harder and putting all that pressure on your singular knee instead of both. So this is a little bit later in the day because I forgot to record after I finished working out because I've been in a rush. But overall, I'm very happy with how today went. All my movements feeling really good and very excited to see where it goes. So feel free to like, comment, subscribe, whatever you guys like to do afterwards. And thanks for following along for the video.